results definitely point towards Isurus taking it, but yeah, different map pool, basically a different tournament altogether. It's online now, so I think it's going to make things a little bit more interesting. We are going to be getting into our pistol round. It is going to be a CT side start for Isurus, of course, so they are going to have the favored side common in the pistol round, and just that one anchor man of Deco. But they've got quite a few nades here, Jason. It definitely looks like a bit of
retake potential as well, but with no kit, you would have to imagine they're going to try to stop them before they even have a chance to get that bomb planted. We do see the first hook going in the way of Imperial with Showtime getting that kill. That nade coming through, though, does take ZQK down about 53 HP as they burst through the smoke, and Showtime again comes up big. That's 2 kills so far in the round, and a very crucial pistol round.
Oh, already one back, though. In fact, a couple going the way with the nades actually coming in as well. DZZ and ZQK finding one more, and it's going to be the trade out. The T side doing a good job to hold on to this round. Putting an incendiary into A main is one of the most important things. It denies players getting to Olov, at least without taking some damage. So for them to get that weaponry and come in with a better buy, it's going to be crucial for Imperial to start things off strong.
One thing we need to look at in like the grand scheme of things, right? Since this is just a 4-team group for South America, we do have Boom and Isurus. But definitely taking the time, and I can respect that. I think it also shows the weight that Imperial are giving this match. Because every one of those points you're trying to earn in the major is so impactful. Nice little drop down over towards the outside as 2 players are actually pushing it on inner.
Oh, nice clinical shots coming out from DZT, and that should put the round to bed. They've seen the aggression on the B site. It's going to be a little bit more from Reversive at least. So it will mean that he's able to net himself a rifle. And actually a kill's come in from Lynx. He might be able to slow them down a little bit here. This was looking done. And now the T is actually going to go rotating back. The problem is the footsteps. So much made by Reversive. Lynx finally realized that it's going back in the other direction. And it should now be too little too late. They at least made things interesting, but his scout shot's no longer connecting. And Showtime is going to do enough to close out the round. Still, a little bit
on Mirage A site from stairs. And watching Lynx there with the scout long range, with them like almost lining up at some points, I was really kind of pulling for it to see those ridiculous shots coming through. Fortunately, not going to happen this time. We are going to see the full USPs, the full save at Isurus here. What do they have to lose? You know, if the bomb gets planted at a different site, oh well. If you manage to get a kill or 2 and steal away a gun, you can have a decent chance. But DZT's been able to push up, gets through the old bomb site, goes right back into more, gets a second one as well. And it seems like a very clean round here for Imperial, as they don't lose a single player, and DZT does get himself a trick.
2, and you get one tap by an AK, and you're like, yeah, it's not like
to where they're one tapping with AKs.
Yeah, hopefully, you know, maybe one day. That's the dream, right? But that nade, beautiful. Deco gonna dunk down both DZT and Tex as well. If we are butchering the names, of course, you can tweet me at Tombiz and tell me how it's pronounced correctly, because it's definitely a bit sketchy, you could say, from the T side. Of course, it is their first round purchase after having the bonus rounds. Showtime, he's expecting the aggression, maybe spotting a player pushing that far forward, and he is going to take down Noxy as well, giving them an opening. And you can see the CT side actually having to rotate a few players around. 1960 this B site, but there's 2 players ready and waiting.
Let's see, K-Test gonna lead the charge, takes down Deco, opens up the entire set to get the bomb planted. How the hell are they gonna retake this though with the double ops? Do they even want to invest the double to build up a little bit? I mean, they did have to buy a couple of weapons, but they have Showtime on 6.5k, DZT at 4.2, and for Isurus, I mean, they're gonna have 2 players. They're gonna have to somehow rebuy, maybe even a third, because Lynx goes down. They lose one of the ops. Can they recover it in time? Is gonna be my question. You have 1962.
Have to juggle all their weaponry around as well. This is a good chance for them here.
Well, and the fact that you have Brolin no longer playing the Krieg anymore, that kind of gives you an idea of, hey, maybe maybe he's onto something. Maybe we shouldn't play this weapon too much more often. But Imperial haven't really been pushed so far. I mean, it seems like what they've been doing has been working well, even with some early nade damage on them in the round prior when they're moving towards the inner bomb site. It didn't really seem to affect them too much. They just rode defensively, thinking back to, I think it was Showtime pushing up in towards Ivy, knew there's going to be a player towards the left-hand side, pushed out. And they seem to just have a pretty decent read. Now for Isurus, what do they need to do here? I mean, they've been able to put up like decent control. Like they've had a player in ladder room. They've had players, you know, controlling Ivy a little bit. But it seems like
it'll be tough for the CT side to actually clear any of these angles. Incendiary going to go down to at least section off Pop, which it will do. And with the remaining T's actually starting to make their move, this could be a bit of an issue. The Pop control is going to be behind, but Delboni, fantastic entry. They really need to get a move on, though. as the trade comes back in and there's only 20 seconds left for them to try and clear the remaining players. Lynx with another one, but it still comes with a trade. A caveat, each time they find a frag, another falls from their own side. And with 10 seconds left, the T's now finally looking to plant. Now there's a player on either side. Reversive, however, missing his shots. K-Tech's also holding. They're going to allow for that bomb to be planted, and from here on out, I don't see the CT side having a chance. Yeah,
you really need to hit those shots for Reversive. If he was able to get the kill on top of that trade, it would have been a 3-on-2 for the read to have been pushed. You've got Showtime on 10K. You've got DZT at 6.5, all before the bomb goes off. They have 3 players, 10K.
But this is worrying. And the CT side, sure, they're continuing to get being a bit worried already for Isurus, and we're in round 6.
Yeah, it was shots like that hitting for Zeke in 17th, and they did win versus Pain Gaming, so that got them to this point. So I'd say they're maybe a little bit more warmed up than their counter opponents, but at the same time, Isurus could obviously look back at the tape that's there for him. But they're going to see K-Tex now push out a pop, or at least sit inside of Ladder for a little bit longer after he gets the kill. And with 50 seconds left, Imperial still have yet to execute towards a site, but they have a man advantage. Finally, 1962 has been able to at least help get things one step closer to equalizing. But again, Showtime is going to be there to get another kill. It seems like every time, as you said before, they get a kill, it always seems to be traded back.
If you only have, or if you go into the T side, sorry, if you only have 5 rounds CT side, you can take as many pauses as you want. It won't make a difference. Like, the game is pretty much done. Now, I've said that before, and then we get to watch Cloud9 dominate G2 on the T side, and I look like an idiot. But I stand by that fact. This is a strong CT-sided map, and I'm glad they're taking pauses. The problem is, at the moment, it's not doing very much, because ZQK is killing up. Isurus knew that. They needed to take a moment, because they can't let this go any further. In fact, I think they need to win almost every single round for the rest of the half. Otherwise, they're in real trouble, even if it just finishes 8-7.
Been able to get that freedom of not really being challenged out with an AWP. But now it's Reversive, who, yeah, he managed to get 1 kill with the CZ. Of course, not able to rescue the weapon. It was even taken away by DZT, thrown even further back. And ZQK just doesn't stop. He doesn't miss. That's his 3rd kill of the round. In 1962, well, he's the last man alive with the Deagle up against 4.
I can't say I'm much of a believer in this clutch. I don't think that makes me a pessimist. He would have to pull off something of a miracle, but if he gets a gun, then it's a small win. They don't really need it because their loss bonuses are fine. It's worth doing. I'm sure we're both wrong, obviously, but I feel like even he's been having some impact.
I think it's like, oh great, they have double ops, right? You can look at that as a viewer and be like, oh.
Well, they've got the read this time, bang on. There's 3 players waiting in upper B. They've got 3 players on the B site, another pushing in towards Pop. They've left Reversive almost alone, and Lynx this time is going to be starting things off. Now, it isn't too late for them to turn this around. It just has to start now. Deco chiming in with a second. Leaves actually only a couple of players remaining, so this is looking like a much better round. Of course, they want to try and keep this clean, keep the double AWPs. 3 seconds left, however. They don't really need to save these weapons, and with the double AWP setup already on the other side, I kind of want to see them go for this.
Yeah, I think they're going to. Deco, though, in the perfect position. Gets it sprayed out onto 1. Showtime now alone against 4. I don't want to count him out just yet, but they've got ops trained directly on him. And there we go. Finally, Isurus do pick up their 1st round of this CT half of 10, even though he's on 10K? Huh. Don't know what to say about that, Tom.
But you got Showtime. Maybe he's show off. Because just trying to get kills, maybe be a little bit of a distraction, a faster play, and there you go. He's going to get a kill, but it's very quickly traded. The CT side once again coming out on top, and they hold on. It's looking fairly good. They've still got to deal with that AWP, the Lynx. Nice triple. Basically put this to bed. It's only going to be Showtime, and he's managed to sneak his way through the back lines and turn this into a 1 versus 2 clutch. Definitely in with a chance. Once again, slowing things down, trying to spot out the remaining player. He's got to be wary, though, because there is one coming in from behind, looking to try and flank him out. And 1962 will put a couple in his head.
So they can just consistently pick up these rounds. And more importantly, like Lynx, he's been able to get, what was it, a triple kill in the last round. He's starting to really come alive on the AWP. It's just whether or not he can maintain that kind of momentum throughout the rest of this half. And Deco seems to be getting a little bit more confident in terms of the timings of his peaks as he gets another kill on his DZT. So control of Ivy here. He's going to have a lot of company, though. I don't know if they're going to peek him necessarily. Maybe they're going to go for the boost peek. Oh, that's just pretty.
In a 4 versus 4, the T's start their rotation back into A main. Now, this is something that's been taken control of multiple times from the CT side, so they've got to be a little bit careful. And there's a rotation coming in from Deco on behind. They know exactly where this push is coming in. They have all the information. It's just whether or not they can actually buy enough time for him to get in behind these remaining T players. And with ZQK just pushing in, taking down opponent after opponent, they need to do it quick. But here comes Deco. Timing not too bad, drops the bomb, and leaves Showtime in a bit of an awkward position. A 1 versus 2 once again. He didn't manage to take home the last one. Got a good chance to do it here. Already spotting out one player, but Link...
3 people coming directly at you. And now we're seeing Imperial, for the first time of the game, they're kind of ecoing. I mean, they have kind of forced it with the pistols and some armor, trying to pick up the pace, I'm assuming, yet again. But this is Isurus starting to come to life, and I'm actually glad to see that. When we had 7-0 start, I was getting a little bit worried, Tom, that we'd have a 2-hour break until our next match for North America. But it seems like Isurus aren't out just yet. Gets the tag onto ZQK, gets the leg shot down to 4 HP, gets the follow-up. They're gonna try to chase him down as they do get the jumping shot in. Showtime gets one, but 1962 through the smoke clears them out. And now it's all in the hands of DZT and Delboni as they're trying to get the bomb down. But the thing is, they don't have it.
Is one of life's dilemmas. It's very difficult to plant a bomb without having a bomb. Delboni still making things costly. But you have to bear in mind the CT side are not rolling with the amount of cash that Imperial had in here. Might make things a little bit tougher. 7-4 may just be try and fake things out a little bit. Nade through the window won't net too much damage. And it actually is going to pull off a rotation, even just...
Not really in a hurry just yet to go towards any of these sites. They typically have been executing or looking to push around that 50-second mark. I think even that is going to...
Again, Imperial very slow in their rounds. I think a lot of the time they're waiting for aggression. This time they're actually going to be met with some. It gives info over to the CT side. They know at least a couple of players are in the pot. They're gonna... What?
What?
Okay. Versus doesn't even have one. Protects is gonna catch now the aggression of Deco. They're gonna just go rotating. I think they've realized that if somebody's that aggressive into the B side, could be an issue. Instead, reversive. He's got the bomb. There's 15 seconds, Jason. They have run out of time. They need to get this back. They need to basically jump down, no scope him, insta-kill him, but that's exactly what they do. Run as fast as you can. And he's got it. He's got the bomb plant. That was ridiculous from ZQK. A sick round. He saved them here. That should not have been an impact.
On anything other than the AWP so far. Then again, neither. That's my favorite type of fight. Execute's going to be coming through. There's a real possibility Isurus could win this round. Let's see, the Molotov's not being thrown in. A couple players retreating back towards the backhand side of the site. That nade coming through just decimates Imperial. Noxy's able to get that first kill. They run straight into the trap, and the trap is sprung. Isurus do pick up the 4 or 5 kills they need, and somehow, I count them out.
They managed to take that away. Of course, that is Noxy. Thank you very much for Kamikaze, who gave me the little tidbits of information before the match. Always very helpful. I can admit that my knowledge of the Argentinian team is not as good as it probably should be, but that's the one thing I always look forward to when you have these qualifiers. The ability to learn about these teams. Decent start for the T side. A trade like that, they're going to take it all day. However, 1962, quick to get one. However, again, we see this from the Ts of Imperial so often. You give them that opener, and they will effectively trade until the end of the round. Bomb still left down in spawn though, so it's not too much of a risk right now for the T's, but...
Not yet anyway. Minute left to go. Bomb's still back towards spawn, however. They do have a player, that's going to be K-Tex, pushed out in towards the outer bomb site, but the timing might get the better of him, and Noxy just rotates at the perfect moment to catch him off guard. And now DZT all alone with 3 players to find. He does have time, however. And actually, he might even have an opportunity to get the bomb plant on the outside site, because he only has 1 player there to deal with. If he starts to walk here... Well, I think Noxy just hurt him. Noxy get the spray either way. He gets the kill. He redeems himself.
Still not great. Like, 8 rounds for the T side is very good. The only thing I will say for Isurus, they've got some momentum. A pistol round could be fairly likely, but they're going to want to take this one. And they're up against a bit of a mixed buy.
Oh, there you go again. Really not much to do here for Imperial. Last player alive. And there you go. Lynx lines it up.
Oh, back into the game, back into the pistol. And seems like it's gone a little bit quicker than we might have expected. It is going to be the T's looking to try and close this one out. It's Noxy left in a 1 versus 1. 4 kills to his name.
But the pistol round still was taken. Well done by Isurus. And, you know, considering how we had, like, what, it was a 7-0 start for Imperial, I thought, and I even said to you in the break, I was like, this game is done. Like, oh my god, that looked like the...
SMG as well. It's not the worst buy considering what the T's currently have. Nice start from Showtime, who's going to be able to find one, but the trades come back. Scout shot connected as well, leaving Deco fairly low on HP. They're yet to get the bomb down, but they will be able to cross. Link's going to be waiting patiently, and patience will pay off in their favor. Leaving the CTs in a bit of an awkward spot. Atex does get a kill though, and actually a second as well. Maybe a little bit more than expected here. And Noxy tagged low, only on 15 HP. They have an opportunity. The problem is the time. The bomb's ticking far. They need someone to get on it, but Del Bunny's gonna get the kill. Imperial, they've broken back. They'll have time for the defusal as well. On the CT side, I didn't expect that round to go their way, but somehow they pulled it off.
So many shots on the AWP on the T side. I wonder if he's actually going to be going for it when they're able to afford it yet again on the CT side, because I know teams like to switch things up a little bit with terms of who's using what. But Isurus cannot afford to lose rounds like that. Like, this is a team they've already beaten before to get through into the closed qualifiers for the minors. A team they've beaten before in the past, and they want to be able to do it consistently. And yet again, Lynx is actually burning away down to 5 health, eventually going to be overwhelmed, and just like that, Imperial get the first 2 kills of the round.
Bit of an awkward position now for Noxy. 69 HP. Still gets a kill, but ultimately now AWP, few rifles, lots of utility. Imperial setting themselves up nicely into this second half, and they see something that Isurus never really got to do, so they're going to have to break into this one quickly. It's actually going to be Lynx holding the Galil. Of course, he is normally the AWPer, so maybe not quite as good as some of the others with the rifles. Risky play from Deco. He's
gonna kill earlier on. Noxy might be pushing through. Oh my gosh, he just gets fully starting to make their way in towards the inner bomb site. Showtime's still gonna be here, and Showtime does not budge. He gets himself another kill and immediately forces the T's to turn around to head back towards outer, which they're gonna do as quick as possible coming out of ladder room. The ZQK is there. He's got the AWP. He's got the distance to play with. Maybe they can get the bomb down, but defending it after that, I don't see happening.
Oh, reversive somehow. Still managing to dominate with the MAC-10. He's given them a chance. Now, there is still a kit available, but it's on the AWPer. Actually going to get pushed a little bit here. Well, in the end, it's all too easy. DZT there to help out. But at least the T's get a bomb one. It's a small silver lining, Jason. They've got 2,400 coming in the next round. The extra 800 might actually push them over the edge. I'd still like to see them just go for some pistols and some SMGs. Make sure that the finances actually do build up to a point where we can see that AWP, especially...
Gone by them. I mean, we should see it the next few rounds, but if he's like not successful with it on that round they get it, I don't think they're going to be able to afford it yet again before Imperial's on, you know, 14, maybe 15 rounds. We do see the pistols coming back in for Isurus as they do rush straight out of ladder room, getting 2 players back in towards the outer bomb site. But K-Tex up towards heaven gets the first and the second. Daboni's going to be there, and well, just as quick as they got out into the outer bomb site is as quickly as they do fall. And now Lynx alone against 5. There's a couple players on low HP. He's going to get the first. But one and done is going to be his name. And Imperial do get themselves up to 12.
Maybe opting for a faster play in this round, because we haven't seen them go for a full-on execution, but a lot of the time it's brute force at B side, however. About to be aggressed by the CT side. You can see Showtime. Well, I don't think he likes playing CT side. He just wants to play T side the whole time. Instead, he's going to be caught out. AWP is lurking upper B. They are facing in that direction. They are watching like hawks over to where ZQK is currently sitting.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that one. I'll be honest. It's just the spam is absolutely perfect. And Daboni, he's caught another one as well.
Oh my god, ZQK comes out upper as well, takes down Lynx. No chance to plant that bomb. The rotations have not actually come in that quickly out of Imperial, though. I was kind of expecting a little bit more backup to help him out as he's alone pretty much in that bomb site. 1962 spots him out, but can't quite connect the shots. So they know at least where one player is going to be. Reversive, I mean, he's trying to watch his back. He's trying to watch his front. He's going to have to definitely pay attention to the backside as Delboni gets caught looking the wrong way. So puts things a little bit closer. A little bit more potential to take this round for Isurus, but ZQK, it's still really no backup for him. K-Tex, though, they're not going to expect the second player to push ladder him. He gets the kill, and 1962 alone against 3. Has bomb in hand at least, and potentially opens up the outer bomb site. Instead, going to try to plant inner.
I think even the CT side thought he was going to wrap around. That's a 6-second shot, however. Versus K-Tex, 1v1. It's close, but it's not quite enough for 1962. I feel like that's been the story of the map so far. They've had their attempts. There's been some alright rounds, but ultimately Imperial just come out on top every single time. I said that this man seemed to have his impact frags. Now he just has frags. Up to 19. Really catching up to Showtime on the board. And
I mean, yeah, it's a little bit easier to get points overall with, you know, the standings of being so few teams. But to take that #1 spot, if you lose a game, that's not guaranteed, but it's a really good chance you're not going to take that first place position and all those extra points for the major. 1962 takes a lot of day damage out of K-Tex. They do have actually a player pushed up with the help of the smoke, so they've taken some sort of control on the outside site. But Dalboni with the AUG, he says no. He shuts down Noxy, and again, gives them the man advantage.
even still, a lot of players currently isolated for the CT side. It's the man above. Might make things a bit awkward. 1962 again. Another opener. Aren't you going to be getting that plant down? There's nothing Deltoni can even do from above. Echo also holding off the rotations, and this has actually fallen apart quite quickly for the CT side. The fast pace of Isurus has caught them off guard. Well, CQK and Showtime don't really have a choice. They've just got to save their weaponry. Isurus are going to have their 9th round onto the board. Their weaponry, Showtime and ZQK can drop. And somebody else will be left, maybe with a FAMAS or maybe just about with an M4. Yeah, actually,
DVP into this next round. Like, he's only on 16 kills. He's actually been, I guess, a little bit quiet since the second half has started. You know, Bar, was it like 2 rounds ago when he held the, when he was completely blinded up towards ramp. This little Incendiary getting out of K-Tex does actually force Reversive, change up his position.
Moved forward, though. That's a lot worse. They now think that position is completely clear, and the few flashbangs they've thrown in has baited them into a 4 rotation. The T side, they've played this perfect. They have left Imperial completely bamboozled. At the same time, the first kill still goes the way of the CTs. So it's definitely not done by any stretch of the imagination. Not a whole lot of utilities, but patience is what Imperial has. It worked for them on the T side. It was working for them on the CT side, but instead, Reversive has swung this round back around, and it's left all onto ZQK. 1v2, and he ain't gonna do it. Nice round from Reversive. 3 to his name.
There in time, even though it didn't matter in the end, with them still able to finish off the final kill. But that's not the first time we've seen Deco on the flank. I think we saw it when they were on the CT side, able to flank in from halls, get around behind them in main. But it was mostly Link's getting a crucial kill to delay enough for him to pull off that flank. But still, Isurus 10 to 13. Only really pistols for Imperial. And well, really not too many left as they're down to just 3 players. Now 2. I wanted to say now 1 again, but weren't quick enough on the draw.
At least going to be a kill coming off the Deeg.
Oh.
Gonna last long. Deco's starting to get back into things here to show that if they are going to continue to be that dominant force, they want to close this out fairly quickly. Otherwise, we could be seeing an even scoreline before you even know it.
Especially since this is a map of their choosing. Look at this very quick play, though, coming out of the T side. Isurus charging short forward, able to trade 1-for-1, eventually able to take the man advantage. ZQK with the AWP, not really in a position to do too much work. Oh, he's able to get the first kill onto Lynx. He's been spotted out. That's going to be K-Tex going down. The bomb will be planted. Now it's going to be down to a 2-on-3 of the op out of ZQK. I mean, he's been smoked off towards Ivy. He's trying to peek in from the CT position. There's so many angles to cover. Now the smoke's going to dissipate. Showtime, he needed that kill for them to have the chance. ZQK, he's just got to save this AWP.
Enough. And 2 of those were actually fairly early on in the round as well. It was just that the trades back were impressive, and it seems like at the moment we're just getting an all-out brawl. You can soundbite that. I give you permission to use it.
You just want royalties, right?
Yeah, and then I will sue you after.
for vac banning you when you were when someone else was using your computer.
Oh yeah. I'm too bad. Like nobody would ever even report me.
Ooh,
I start again.
CQK.
He's being given shots. I'm not sure how he's hitting all of these, but this man's a beast with the AWP, that's for sure. Lynx hoping to try and put him down. Bear in mind, this is just an investment of that saved AWP and a few pistols, and it's working. This man again, back-to-back 3Ks and back-to-back rounds and showtime. Well, he steals the show at the end. A final kill with the D. Don't know, the T's might have just given them the win.
I mean, that was such a high risk, high reward play. If he doesn't get any of those kills, they lose the round with no chance to survive. Most likely. Getting those kills, though, with pretty much nothing really invested besides the pistols and just the saved op, as you mentioned, like, that's so big for them. They're up against Isurus now, who money is not looking too good either. If they lose this round, we could see Imperial take the 16 and take that first map, which they did choose. It's obviously not over just yet. Isurus are not letting him get another shot off like that. No more aggressive plays out of him. Of course, I speak about him. He does push out again. He gets the kill on a deco. How do you hit that shot, ZQK?
Too quick for anybody on the other side. Bomb actually somewhat confined to the site. Lynx. He's still got a little bit of life in him. Maybe the only one looking to do anything here is his teammates are both gonna fall, and Lynx. There we go. Second time's the charm, but he might have lost enough HP that it won't matter anymore. Lots of nades still to be expended. CT side holding him back, and well, he doesn't even have the bomb. It's not a nice scenario, and I don't really want to be suggesting this when they're currently about to let a 15th round slip away. I feel like that AWP's going to be a lot more valuable in the next round than it will be in this one.
Well, we're not going to know. We're not going to. Still going to run into another AWP somewhere else. It's just where do you decide to go with it? They have what, 2 MAC-10s, a Tech 9, a Galil, and an AK. At least some utility to use behind it. But can they somehow pull out a round out of the hat that they're going to need to keep this, well, at least first map alive?
Round pop. Ivy as well being challenged. Mentioned the buy. Not pretty, considering to wait. They're happy to be patient, but this is looking like a fake. You can see there's still players waiting outside A main, but the bomb's facing in the other direction. They've gained some pop control, but used an awful lot of utility, and that's about to start to wear thin, so they have to go now. It's going to be the aggression push through, get onto the edge of their smokes. 1962 leading the charge. It works out for one, in fact a second as well, but they still have to worry about this man. The AWP, a little bit of damage to Boney. He don't even know he's here. Oh, God, that is messy, but it works. He gets the kill. However, this has all been a bamboos and an elaborate ruse, even catching me off guard, if I'm being totally honest, as they've gone B.
It's a B stream. We get these halves that are like complete stops. 7-0 was the scoreline for Imperial at the start of this map. On T side, imagine Imperial's no way gonna let them push smokes like that again. I don't think that's gonna work twice.
In 62, being ready to brute force his way through. A MAC-10 in hand, counter utility will be expended, and the SMG has managed to do quite a bit of damage, but it's the AWP to start things off. But again, this man with the MAC-10 has set them up nicely. A man advantage with Lynx combining. Only 3 players stand in their way from bringing this to 14, crushing their opponent's economy, and 1962 seems to be the full focus of not only this round, but also Auto Director. Doesn't seem like a reason to switch to anyone else, because he's just been killing it. He's NK. He's going to fall as well. This,
I think overtime is definitely in the cards here. Utility very lacking for Imperial. You know, bar ZQK going off like it did a couple rounds prior, where all they really had was the op. I think we're definitely seeing that overtime now. Or Showtime's gonna go for the push. He only gets 1 though. It's 1962. Crucially gets that trade back. So still gonna be a 4-on-4. ZQK.
A rotation. This can't be based off much, but maybe just thinking, okay, it's late in the round. It's going to be the push in this direction. DZT's not even noticed. He's going to peek back. Oh, it's a bit messy, but he gets away with it. First kill goes his way. He's got to be careful because they're rapping on him. I feel like his teammate maybe gave a false idea that he had him covered. Instead, another player will fall. 1962's been killing it over the last few rounds. Been a menace to deal with. Noxie as well, and now it's left all onto the clutch. The man who's been the best player for the CT side, he's gonna get both! What a way to close the game. ZQK, remember the name, as 28 and 15 kills will close out map number 1. Imperial, get this man a beer or whatever his favorite drink is. Just well, maybe not go out. Go on a delivery app and get it delivered because he's earned it. What a sick game from him. And wow,